client-side performance issues, server-side optimizations, recent improvements, public test branch, and ARK Survival Ascended appears on Xbox. Hello survivors, I'm GP bringing you all the latest ARK news. No doubt many of you will have experienced the client and server-side issues since the launch of ARK Ascended, and the rest of you are probably eagerly and frustratingly awaiting the console release. Well, the developers have put out a recent dev update on the situation, specifically for the performance issues. The devs focused on several topics in their update, with the first being client-side performance. They said that they've deployed a new client-side update that will improve your game's frame rate. The update adds a number of optimizations and better settings assignments for each graphics quality mode, and you'll get an immediate gain upon trying out the new build. And that's exactly what happened to me. Last night I tested the game for the first time on my 4070 on epic settings, and let's just say I had to reduce it to a mix of high and epic. However, after the recent patch, the 4070 appears to hold stable on epic, at least for the short tests that I did. I'd need to do a bit more thorough testing to see whether it keeps it. And the patch 25.16 for clients included improved graphic optimizations, fixing some crashes, and fixed an issue with mod dino spawns. And they will be continuing to provide further improvements to client-side performance through the weekend. Next, they updated on the server-side stability and optimizations due to there being a significant number of server crashes that had not been able to be produced during their internal QA before release due to live games with hundreds of players being a more realistic environment. The recent server-side builds has resulted in eliminating over 95% of server crashes, therefore hopefully putting them in a much better position to be able to quickly deal with any ongoing server crashes, as they shouldn't be overloaded with servers constantly coming down. And once again, they will be continuing work on the server side issues over the coming days, and will also be looking to launch additional servers based on capacity needs. So for now, it is not clear what new servers will be popping up or when. Now, although there is a lot of stuff going on and a lot of it is pretty bad and controversial, they are reintroducing public test branches. Now, this is something I think, if I recall, they did for a little while early on with ARK Survival Evolved, but never again since. They said that in a week or so they'll be setting up a PTR branch where they'll be able to test out some of their riskier optimizations before they set the updates live to the public. This is a pretty good move for Wildcard, because this will allow them to test the optimization changes with a more realistic player count by using the players themselves to join those servers on the public test branches. They also announced the release of the dev kit so that all of the brilliant creators out there can start upgrading their existing mods over to UE5, and also start creating some brand new mods from scratch. It's just a shame that the excitement of mods has kind of been overshadowed by disappointment, anger, and controversy. And ARK Survival Ascended has appeared on Xbox, available for people to download. So what's going on here? I wanted to give a shout out to Luke Christie, who contacted me on Twitter about this and provided these images. If you search for ARK Survival Ascended on Xbox, you will find it listed, and apparently you can download it. However, it doesn't work. You can't launch the game and play, and that's because, well, it's not a working build as the game isn't ready yet. I believe this is in preparation for the eventual release of the game on consoles, due to the ARK page on the store having previously been created in readiness for the original launch this week. This doesn't mean that Xbox is going to be getting ASA imminently, or that they'll be getting it before PlayStation, so please don't start thinking that. The latest update on the situation was the update given earlier regarding the team continuing to rectify the issues for consoles, and they'll be sharing more information and ETAs on release when they feel they are in a better position to do so. Now, there is a lot of controversy happening right now with server exclusivity that has turned out to not be what was promised before ARK Survival Ascended released, and this has literally angered many in the community for very good reasons. I know people have asked me to cover my thoughts on all of this, and I just want to be upfront here and say that I'm not in a position to voice that at the moment, and I really hope that you respect that. But I am monitoring the situation to see if anything does change as a result of the backlash. And that's all for now, survivors. It's been a pretty rough start for what was meant to be an exciting new era for ARK. But make sure to subscribe to keep up with all the latest ARK news.